Well, I made it to my camp. The wind is blowing like crazy, but it's supposed to settle down later, and as you can probably see, I haven't been here in a while. It's probably about 16 degrees right now, so it's cold, but I'm sweating from hiking in here. Probably need some snowshoes. But tonight it's gonna drop to -5 degrees Fahrenheit, which is by far the coldest night I will ever have been out. The coldest I think I've been out so far is what the temperature is right now, about 16 degrees. And as you can see, there's a lot of work to do at the camp. I'll show you the inside. I don't know how well the camera will pick that up. It's kind of hard to see with the glare of the sun, but I mean, there's what, a good foot from my hand to my elbow worth of snow down there, and all the snow piled up on top. I did bring a cheap waterproof tarp to put on the top, but considering it's not going to rain or snow tonight and how much snow there already is on there, I don't really think I'm going to need it. I mean, it'll stop the dripping, but it's going to be that cold that I don't think, even with my body heat, it's going to drip that much. So first thing is, we're going to have to dig out this camp, dig out all this snow. So that's the first project. I'm probably going to try and use all this snow to my advantage, because for anyone who's seen it, there's a gap under here. So I'll probably pile it up on the other side and use it to block the wind. Good old Stumpy. So one issue with my shelter is obviously the lack of place to sit down. It doesn't have a raised bed, especially one that's at knee or sitting level. I did that for a reason, I'll show you. But I mean, look at that. That's from the back. If it wasn't for this post right here, and obviously the area I've disturbed, you'd never know it was here until you walk around the front. When I came here before, originally, like I knew I wanted something low profile, something, I called it the stealth shelter, which it kind of is right now, but I knew I didn't want something that was super tall and super obvious. I wanted something that was lower to the ground. That's why I took advantage of this log to try and distract from the look of it. I mean, in an ideal world, I would just take a bunch of pine boughs right now and throw them in there, but as I've probably talked about before, I don't want to use any live materials on it. Everything I use, I want it to be dead and down first. So what I really want to do is make a chair, and I've got a couple of ideas about what I want to do, so let's get to it. But before I do that, obviously I've got all this weight now on one little piece of paracord, so I'm probably gonna have to relash that and give it a bit more strength. I got some more heavy duty bank line this time. I think this is number 36, which is obviously thicker braid than the other one I've been using, so that's what I'm going to use to lash that up. Not the best angle to film this from. Holy guacamole. Gotta keep an eye on them, make sure nothing comes down on the old noodle. Right, well the next job I think is going to be to make a chair. We need to collect firewood obviously, but I want somewhere to sit that isn't just that stump, and I kind of want somewhere enclosed, so that's what we're going to try and build right now. I don't know if you can see that sliding on there, and that goes down like that. Well, that was done. Holy yeah. Well, it's taking it's taking entirely far too long to get the pieces for my chair, because every time I go in there back into the woods, all of a sudden I get crazy gusts of wind and trees are like doubled over, so then I hightail it out of there and then the wind stops and then I go back in and repeat the process. So right now I'm snacking on some Nutella with a fork. But the wind's supposed to calm down anyway. Like I said, it's supposed to get worse before it got better and then settled right down, so just gotta keep an eye on it. Plus it's cold and it's quite nice sat here in the sun. Get my energy up and then get back at it. So sitting on that stump gave me an idea, because all I wanted to do was stretch my legs out. So instead of just building a tripod chair like I was going to, I think I'm gonna try and build the world's first, well, I don't know if it's the world's first, the first time I've ever seen a bushcraft chaise longue. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 poles. I'm going to cut 4 of them to about 6 foot long, and then the other 2 to about 7 or 8 feet long. Okay, so this is stage 1. Obviously I've got my 6 foot pieces, they're about 6.5 because I'm 6 foot tall on the inside, and then I've got 2 longer pieces, probably about 7, 8 feet on the outside. I'm not too concerned if those are longer. It's better to have them too long than too short. Same goes for all of it, same goes for these bits. But what I gotta do now is lash them all to the cross pieces. Okay, I got both ends lashed to the cross pieces. The next step is to lash a piece to here. But first what I want to do is get some backrests to test out. Oh, it's cold. So the theory is now, is that if I lash a piece to here, I'm going to take two pieces and stick them in there. Oh, like that. And it'll create a backrest and then a place to lay down, but that's too far back, so I want to be able to sit up a decent amount. What do you reckon? Let's test it out. I mean, I can't lean back on it too hard because it'll fall. Well, actually, the pressure, just the downward pressure, will actually hold it where it is. Not bad. I'm still going to mark it and lash it, obviously, because last thing I want is for it to just give way. But right now, I mean, I can feel it slip a little bit. But that's about perfect, that's what I want. Right, let's mark it before it breaks. Okay. Right, I'm gonna lash this piece onto here. It's starting to get real cold. Oh, I got a blister on my little finger from passing that bank line through. But with the gloves on, it's kind of hard to get fingers in little gaps. Right. So it wants to be there. I get it's kind of difficult. It's freezing now. Kind of difficult. Grip the line. So what am I doing here? Come on, Robert. Just doing a timber hitch or timber line hitch. I don't know. Timber hitch, timber line hitch, whatever. break on me now. Oh, pokey right in the back. Oh yes. Oh yes. My nose is running. My hands are freezing. Oh. Not bad. Not bad at all. Never mind a chair. It's all about the chaise. All about the chaise longue. Still got to get firewood. The nice thing is, one of the reasons I wanted to do this is because underneath my shelter I actually want to do a raised floor, but sort of mirror the roof. So imagine the shelter and just have a cross piece going same as the one on top, and then individual boards. But this, I don't think I'll use it tonight because I need to take a bit of time to get rid of all the pokies on my air mattress, because it's going to be that cold. But because it's 6 foot long in the middle, you can lay down on it and my feet aren't touching the floor. I think 6 pieces was just enough. In an ideal world there'd be 1 or 2 more for the elbow. But in fact, let's get the sit pad. Oh, but if that just isn't... Obviously they need lashing in. There's one piece that's just poking me right in my back. They need lashing down. I mean, that is just... That's just excellent. I like the stump, don't get me wrong, I love my stump. But this takes it to a whole new level. Chaise longue! Can't stop, I've got to get firewood. I'd love a cup of coffee. It's probably getting a bit late in the afternoon for a coffee. But a cup of tea would do nicely. Got to do something with the chaise. I'm going to move it. I might have to cut these bits down so I can move it. Because if I cut the back bits down now, maybe, will that fit under there? I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to rearrange it, find a spot for the chaise, somewhere close to the fire. Okay, so flip the chaise around, added a little head brace, lashed it on at the back, down there, up there, and then I just shortened those pieces and moved it so I can have a little fire in here. Okay. I was just cutting down that piece of wood so that I know how long I need the pieces for the long fire. I gotta clean up a bunch of the end pieces from the chaise longue that I cut. I can see there's a couple of dead standing hardwood pieces. I don't know if you can see. There's one right here, dead as a dodo. So there's one there. There's a couple of other pieces over there. That's what I'm gonna go get now because it's getting late. The sun is creeping down on me and it is cold. Luckily though, by just keeping moving all day, like I'm sore because I've been going all day, so haven't felt that cold until actually when I was doing the lashings. I was cold then, but anyway, need a fire. It's getting real cold now. Coyote! Coyote! For sleeping, I got my hike and bike Snowmass 0 degree bag. There's a link in the description if you want to check them out. And I also have just a fleece Field and Stream sleeping bag liner for tonight because it's going to be so cold. Now I'm hoping that'll be able to keep me warm. Doing kind of like a little mini version of the upside down long fire, or upside down fire and a long fire combined, but I'm not messing around now. It's cold and I'm hungry, so I'm gonna use my little cotton balls covered in Vaseline and then a little bit of birch bark to help it on its way. Oi. Without fail, it always blows at the camera. Well, unfortunately, as we've said before, haste makes waste. In my rush this morning, I forgot my food and my beer, so I had to stop at the gas station where I also forgot to buy beer. So we have hot and spicy shrimp and a Power Crunch bar, along with some good old-fashioned H2O. You can't, I don't know if you can see it. H2O is pretty frozen, which is just what you need on a cold day. It's a nice ice-cold glass of H2O. Cheers, guys. I don't know, can you see the ice around the rim? It's cold. Oh. So yeah, shrimp and Power Crunch bars. Not very exciting, unfortunately. Good cup of tea. All the snow on the fire reflectors melted. It's starting to steam up, and that fire's only little, and it's a good distance away, but that just goes to show how nice and efficiently it's burning. I can feel like a good heat coming off it. Oh, it's definitely much colder now. Freezing. I've never been out when it's this cold by a long shot. Like I say, the most I've been out, coldest I've been out is about 16. That bag has a comfort rating of 10 degrees, so I think, like I say, it's supposed to be -5 tonight, and now that the sun's going down, it's definitely feeling a lot colder. You might be wondering why would anyone do this? Why am I doing this? And simple answer is to say I've done it. Well, not to say I've done it, but to know that I've done it, to tick it off the bucket list. And as you can see, it's after 5 o'clock now. Probably close to 5:30, 20 minutes past 5. It's still light. It's still a fairly decent amount of light, and you might have heard all the birds chirping away today. So spring is in the air. So the opportunity to do something like this year is getting smaller and smaller. So I figured, why not? Why not? Try it. See what it's like. But I'm proud. I'm very proud of the chaise lounge. I was thinking, I don't know whether it'll be Bushcraft Recliner or the Bushcraft chaise lounge. I think if I call it the chaise lounge, people will be like, what's he on about? So it might be the Bushcraft Recliner. Yeah, it's great. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. Sitting back and just reclining. reclining, it's absolutely perfect. A lot of times when I'm out camping, I feel like I'm always like knees to chest, curled up, back aching. So to be able to sit out of the snow, lay back with your feet up, feels great, and not have to lie down. So give it a try. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this, and if anything changes, I'll get back with you. Close by the shelter. Get out of here, Coyote! Get out of here! Well, that's only the second time I've ever had that happen. Last time I didn't get it on camera. They seemed like they were moving away pretty quickly. Last time they were screeching. That was like, dunno. They were pretty close. Like, I don't know how well the camera picks it up, but there's sort of a little bit of it's not a clearing, but it's sparser trees. See how cold it is. Sparser trees in here, and then just beyond there's some thicker pine, and they were right in there. Like the first time it howled before I turned the camera on. Get out of here, Coyote! Don't know if that will do anything, but pretty cool. Well, I mean, I've been pretty cold, even with the fire going. I had the blanket on me before those Coyotes, or the Coyotes, or Coyotes, or whatever you want to call them, started howling. That got the blood pumping through these old English bones. Tell you that much for sure. The only thing I've got on me is my knife and my axe, so hopefully I don't have to. What's it? Cutler's last stand? Custard's last stand, yeah. Hopefully I don't have to do that at my old bushcraft camp against a pack of coyotes, but it's freezing. Really cold. The fire's going. It's warm. Got a little my little candle going. But I'm gonna get under the sleeping bag, I think, for now, and I'll get with you guys in the morning. Wish me luck. Do you hear that? They're out there again. I don't know what they're doing. It's freaking me out a little bit. Get out of here, Coyote! That's about all I can do. Shh. Hopefully they don't come any closer than that. Well, good morning. You know it's cold when, as soon as you stick your head out of the sleeping bag, all the moisture inside your nose freezes. Even this, it's taken a little bit for it to defrost, but first thing I did was get up and go get some wood to get this fire going. And as I was breathing, it was getting wet and it was just freezing straight away. So the pine on that fire is kicking off some good heat right now. So. But yeah, eventful night. Coyotes. Some coyotes. I want to go see where they were, but I don't want to have to schlep through deep snow in the hopes of coming across it. But I'm sure they were just down there. I want to say 200, 300 yards away. I don't know what it'll sound like on the camera, but they were close. And I yelled at them a couple times and they didn't go away, so yeah. Well, they did go away. They went away, but from that point on it's kind of hard to sleep. Because every little noise you're thinking, you just have no idea what it will be. And once I got in that sleeping bag, I did not want to get out. And yeah, so speaking of sleeping bags, I, funnily enough, have had a couple of companies reach out to me and want me to do videos and talk about their products, and I've always said no. I mean, I've had things like you would expect, to tents, to some strange outdoor campfire pressure cooker thing, but I've always said no because I believe that if I'm going to show you something on this channel, then I want to have spent my own money on it, just like you would, and use it and test it just like you would, and then I can tell you if it's good or bad, if it's a bag of beeholes, if it's worth the money that you spent on it, if it's not worth the money you spent on it. So with that being said, I looked up the other day, I bought this bag in August 2017, 2 years before I started this channel. So I've used it for the best part of 3 seasons, and I've never had the zipper break. None of the stitching's come undone. It's not lost feathers. Most importantly, it's always kept me warm, and it's affordable. That's the main thing, because I'm cheap. It's affordable. This is a 650 fill power down bag, 0 degree down bag, and they have an 850 fill power 0 degree down bag on their website for $200, which is so much more affordable than any of the other ones I've seen. So I love it. I love this bag. I love their sleeping bags. I even bought another one in September, back when this channel had about 80 subscribers or something, big for the spring and fall, because I absolutely love it. And I love the fact that the long version is actually long enough that on nights like this, I sit at 6 foot tall, I can actually get my head all the way under it. So I actually reached out to them. Because I wanted to get another bag for my son and my wife to use, because their bags aren't so great. So I wanted something. I wanted the same thing for them, and they actually came back to me and said, "Yeah, we'll set you. Do you want to be part of our ambassador program?" And they set me up with a link in the description. And they also said, "We'll give you a pro code," which basically means I get my own discount code that anyone can use for like the next 30 days. And you'll get 20% off anything on their website. They make tents, I can't speak for the tents because I don't own one, but they make these sleeping bags, and then they make hammock compatible sleeping bags. So, and my code is 20pro-rob. I'll put it up on the screen. That's 20pro-rob. So if you do need a new sleeping bag, you need a good sleeping bag, go check it out, because like that, with 20% off, that 850 fill power down sleeping bag at $200 you're saving $40. So yeah. So I feel, well, I don't really feel comfortable telling you to buy something, but I feel comfortable recommending this company because I've used it for so long and I really like it. Like I say, I reached out to them because I wanted another bag for my wife and son to use because I really like it. So yeah, it was very kind of them to set me up with a discount code, which is 20pro-rob. It's only, the discount code is only available only good on their website, and there is a link in the description to their website if you want to go check it out. You'd be doing me a huge favor, because it would help me out, because I got a wedding to pay for in 6 months. And well, yeah, I know you're probably thinking, well, you're already married, why are you paying for a wedding? Well, because I'm a foreign national, and there's a load of legal stuff you have to go through when you get married. Me and my wife, actually, when we got married, it was just the 2 of us and our witness, my stepson, and another witness, with the so that we could start the legal process and get it done and out of the way, with the understanding that when that was all sorted, we would have a proper shebang with everyone, with the families and friends and all that. So yeah, check out the link in the description if you need a new sleeping bag. So yeah, with that being said, it was a good trip, interesting trip. Super happy with the chaise, or the recliner, Bushcraft recliner, or the recliner, the Bushcraft recliner. Shelter held up. I didn't have to put the tarp on. I mean, I probably should have done, but I just like the way it looked with all the snow on it. And Coyotes, that's the main thing I'm taking away from this trip. Cold and coyotes. I can feel it on my face. Like this side, because the fire's there, this side is nice and toasty, and this side is absolutely freezing. I can feel that again. On that side it's warm, on this side it's almost frozen. Oh, cold. Cold. Right, I've probably jabbered on long enough. So, thank you very much for watching. If you like this, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Please go check out the link in the description for the sleeping bags, and don't forget to use the discount code if you need a new sleeping bag. And leave me a comment, let me know what else you'd like to see me do. If you want to see me and Meg do some more ice fishing. Oh, and thank you to everyone who was very kind in the comments about my wife. It was a very difficult thing for me to do. Believe it or not, I'm actually a very private person. I didn't have any social medias until I started this YouTube channel, because I don't really love people knowing my business. So thank you to everyone who was very kind. All said some very nice things, and I will be bringing her on some overnight trips in the future. But yeah, I will see you on the next one. Take it easy.